Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick video here on creating a family of inserts. So for example, I'm going to the manufacturer's website and I am going to download, I think. Alright, that's a little too complicated of a model. Where's my CMT? There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get this model. And save it as a step. Oh, looks like I've already got one. Okay, so I'm going to just drag that into Top Solid here. Downloads. And I think this is it right here. Yeah. Alright, so let's just, for the heck of it, make us create a new folder. Family. Demo. Check the folder in. Alright, and then we're going to drag this into our family demo. It's going to ask if I want to convert it. I said yeah. And this is on a different screen, so let's bring this down. And let's see, let's go to advanced. No, that's not it. So I want to simplify geometry. So bodies automatically for me. Okay, so now I got this in here. So this is how so we're going to do both a left and a right, and doing a left and right, it requires different, some different settings. But let's first deal with the making this different radii. So I'm going to do, where is this? I think removing is what I want. I'm going to remove those. We're going to blend it, put it together, and it makes a nice square. Now I can go to my shape and I can add a radius. So I'm going to start with 0.004, and we're going to select that, and we're going to select that. So 0.004, whoops, make that inches. There we go. Okay, now we got our first radar there. Actually, what I want to do, and this is a little helpful, if I go back and I put R equals, it'll automatically create a parameter for that, so I can use that later. So let's call this, let's rename this, just call it CMMT, and we'll get rid of the 0.4 there, we'll call it XX. And then I'm going to put, for a right-handed tool, I'm going to put R for right-handed. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and now that's done, I'm just going to make a copy of this. And so we're going to have a left and a right, just in case you have two different boring bars. Okay. So let's check both those in. Start with the right-handed one. So let's take the left-handed and let's just make it different. Oops. Alright, so let's just move it to one side just so that it looks different. Alright, so we have left-handed and we have right-handed. Alright, save those. Alright, so now what you want to do is go to the little Top Solid icon, click on Virtual Document, click the check mark, we make that a virtual document. Check it in. Okay, and then right click and go to family. So create a family document based on that. And you want to go to the, I think, is it drivers or is it generics? It's generics. Generics, and bring this over. And so we're going to call this CCMT 60202. That has a radius of 004, and then the 4, I believe, has a radius of, actually, 16 and 5, 15 thou, and then the 8 variant has one that is 32. I think this is actually closer to 16. That's 16. Okay, so now we got the family defined. So we got the family defined. There's some more steps here. Anyway, go to View Instance so you can see it actually change radius values, so that you know you've got that done properly. Okay, and then go ahead and check it in, and we'll do the left one later, or we just won't do it. Let me check this in. Come on, check in. Come on, check in. Thank you. Okay, now the next part of this is to associate it with a holder. So I've got a, let's see, let's go to, I use this with ID tools. I think I've got an Everready, I think it's an Everready, yeah, it's this guy. And this may already be a, this already may be set up as a virtual document. No, okay, so I'm going to copy this. Let's undo changes here. Okay, and I'm going to just copy this. So this is a CR and then a dash CCNT insert set. And I'm going to pull it out, and I'll just leave it here for right now because that'll just make it easy to see what's going on. Alright, so I've got this, and I'm going to make this also a virtual document. Oh, wait, nope, not going to make it a virtual document, sorry. What I'm going to do is create a, actually, let me just delete this. I got ahead of myself, sorry. Let's undo changes here. Alright. I had this. Yeah, let's delete that. So go back to what I had before, and let's delete this. Let's delete. Oh no, I've already deleted it, so check in. Sorry. Okay. All right, so I'm going to create a. An assembly here, and I'm going to pull these tools in. This tool has already been defined as a holder. Let me just review that real quick. So it was defined as a clamping. It's an internal right-handed tool. I've got the clamping frame. Clamping frame. I got to set that up. So the clamping frame there, and I've defined the tool and given it some part numbers. This is just database entries, just so you can search on stuff. Anything else? This is all database entries, so it can categorize it. And done. All right, so that's already been defined, so I'm just going to undo changes because I just wanted to show you how it was defined. If you have any questions on that, you can ask me later. So what I've got here is I've got this frame, and I believe this axis is parallel to this right there. Let's just check that out real quick. There's that axis, and there's that. And nope, let's go with the angle. Sorry, wrong thing there. I don't know what this freaking plane. Come on, turn off the plane. Let's turn off this stupid plane. Hide plane. Thank you. Alright, well I'm not going to check it out. Let's try this measurement again. Okay, I want the angle between this and this. Rotative select, 0 degrees. Those two guys are parallel, as you can see. So that's important because what we want to do is go back to the insert, actually. Where is my family demo? We want to go back to this insert. We want a frame in the middle and the bottom. This actually could use a hole, just for the heck of it. So I'm going to put a hole in this. It looks like that's right in the center, so that's good. Put a hole. And diameter. Hole. And I want to pocket through all. Okay, and I want to put a frame on the bottom of this. Frame. I like the point two direction frame. That's a cool frame. Actually, think about this for a second. See, that's going to be need to be parallel to that axis. So maybe not a point in two directions. Maybe a plane. A point. So frame on plane. So we want this frame, we want this point, and the x direction, I believe we want along this axis right here, except go the other way. And let's see if z should be pointed up. Nope, z is pointed down. So let's edit this, and let's change this, and now z should be pointed up. Okay, so we have it on this plane, and we have the x parallel to that x. And so let's check this in. Now, whoops. Now when we check this in, you'll see the question mark. We need to update the family document so it is in sync with the virtual document, and then we can check this in. Alright, and I'm going to actually validate this. Makes it easier when it's validated, and you can see it automatically grab both the virtual document and the family document. Okay, so now we're in our assembly here, and we're going to name this C05N-SCLCR CCNT. Alright, so we're going to open this, and we're going to do the tool functions, assembly machining, and it's going to ask me for some selections. So we're going to add the boring bar to it first. That is from this screen. It's a clamping body, and I'm looking for my C. There it is, right there. Alright, so we're going to include this guy. And now it wants an insert. So we're going to do inserts, and we're going to come down here. Now this is important. Watch closely what we do here. Classics, clamping insert. And since I made codes for all these, I'm going to go to code, turn on the code, because I did make a code for this. And is it showing up here? It's not showing up. I don't think it's showing up. So this is CCNT. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot a step. Sorry, guys. I'm sure somebody's looking at this video screaming at me, "You forgot to define it!" So, yeah, so we've got the insert, we've got those things on there, but I forgot to run it through the machining component wizard defined it as an insert. This is database, this is search criteria stuff here that we're defining, so that it can categorize what we're going to do. All right, so thickness, insert thickness would be 2.48 millimeter. And I probably should convert that to a ISO document. Corner radius on this one is 0.004. Actually put in R. So just put in R. Cutting edge size. Okay, so that's an important one. The way we do calculate cutting edge size is a little different, but let me just push through on this. And let me select my clamping frame. We're going to come back and fill in the cutting edge size. Let me finish with the rest of the definition here. Alright, so this is right-handed. I'll just do it so I pretend like I've got a right-handed thing there. That just helps me. Alright, so right-handed, we want the respec to be up on this side, and we want the plunge direction to be on this side and reversed. Plane compensation is the plane here. Point compensation is the radius. So you click on the radius and it comes up with the radius point. So this is CCNT demo part number CCNT 0602XX, and I put in the complementary part number for here. And this is ISCAR. This is a virtual document, and we're done with that. But we've got to get the cutting edge size, so we're going to go to Sketch. And the way that I was taught to do it is set this to free size, get it in the middle, and then clamp it on the edge. Whoops, not quite. All right, and that comes up with 635. Also, you can change this so that it spawns a little better. Let's edit this sketch again. Alright, let's delete that. Delete. And let's see if we can get it better. There we go, parallel. Now we can determine the size of this. Okay, so this is, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm just not a thinker in metric, so let me just change my units. Inch. Okay. So we have a diameter of quarter. It's a quarter inch, so we call that. So let's go back to functions. Now you can do this, or you can actually click on the operation tree to get what you change. I like going back through here because, I don't know, and just for, this is cemented carbide, and let's just push on through the rest of these because we've already got them defined. Okay, now that is defined, check that in. This is going to want to be updated. This is yes, we want to update from references. We say yes, please go ahead. Okay, so we can check this in again. And we can validate this again. So we're going to create a new validated version. We're going to come in here and we're going to obsolete the one that is incorrect. And we're going to do that here as well. It really helps everything if you do that. Alright, so here we are. We're back at our machining document, or our assembly document. If you recall, we created this. Where is this? Project tree. Yeah, so this is our new assembly document. I'm going to go to functions and clamping bodies, and we're going to go here. Okay, and then we're going to go here. We're going to add this component. Now we should have this. Yeah, here we are, CCMT demo. So you can see I've got the 4, the 16, and the 32. So let's just load up the 4, okay? And we load that in there, and let's just give this a part number. Demo. This is the virtual document. I'll put TV there. All right. So now, do we have this on the right? Is it hooked up? Yeah, look how beautiful that is. So it loaded the insert because we got the attachment frame correct. So everything here looks good. Now what we want to do is define this tool as a... Okay, so this is defined. I thought there was one more step on this. Oh, I skipped a step. Yeah, there's an important step here. Okay, so you see this frame, this cutting edge frame? That's important. I completely skipped over that for some reason. Entry diameter on this tool I know is 0.375 inches. And then we're going to define a cutting frame. Cutting frame is important. You'll notice that the cutting frame needs to be parallel with the bar. So we got a parallel surface here, and yeah. So let's define this. So point in 2 directions. The origin is going to be on this right here. Yeah. So that. See, is that? We'll check its parallelism here in a second because I think it's correct. So I think we've got Y pointed here, we got X pointed here. We need X along this axis. Okay, that should have set up Y. Let's just see what it looks like. Alright, let's close this down. Alright. Yeah, that looks correct. So what we want to do is check to see that this XY plane on this is parallel with that top surface. Let's just make this easy. Select plane, select plane. Alright. Alright, so we got the plane of the frame, and let's capture the plane here. Oh, angle. Oh, didn't get the angle. And I can't select. Come on. Zoom in a little bit more. Huh, doesn't want to select the... Huh, strange. Can't. Alright, no, that's not, I don't want the Z-axis. Let's try the Y-axis. Y-axis and this plane. Alright, 0 degrees. So that's what we want. We want those two guys exactly, that plane parallel, and have the X, yeah. Okay, so we've got that defined. Let me just check this in. Maybe. Okay, so that frame's in place properly. We've got the right orientation. You notice that it's not the x-axis is not parallel to this. It's actually parallel to the actual boring bar. Okay, so now we make this a virtual document. Okay, and then the next thing we do is we have to create this important step. They're all important steps, except for the ones where I made mistakes on. Come down here, and we want to create a code parameter. Code parameter is called, we'll name it insert, and we're going to select the... So this is the family that we pulled this from, which was this family right here. So these two names are the same. Okay, so that's very important. All right, so we're done with that, and now we can check this in, and now we can create a family document from this. Now we can create a family document. Okay, and in the entities tree, we're going to come to generics, and we're going to pull inserts, and we're going to load inserts right there. So this is a C05M-CCMT060202, and we're going to pull in the 02 insert. Then we're going to go to the next one, and as you can see, it copies it. Copies it down when we do the next one. So I'm just going to put these boxes are really hard to edit, so you have to click on the outside, get rid of the full selection by clicking again, hit the delete key rather than the arrow key, and then set it to 02, and then come here, set that to 04, excuse me, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So you notice I click on it. It selects it. If you hit any keys, it's going to delete the whole thing, so we'll click again, and then do an 8, and then this guy here becomes a 08, and boom. Wait, I'm listening to too many Titan of CNC videos, I think. Alright, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do a validate on this. And there we go. It validated the assembly. It validated these guys here. So now, if I'm in a machining document, let's just create a new machining document here. Okay, and I want to put a tool in that tool holder. Go over here. This is where the database selections come in. So internal turn, and then we want to do it from catalog, and that is, what is that? That is 5? Yeah, T5. So 5, mount tool. Alright, so let me go to my library. So it'll want to select all the libraries, and let's see if it loaded it up here. Let's see here. Not seeing it. God, there's some weird thing with my selection filters. Let's go to D, and let's go to internal right. Yeah, see, it's not doing it correctly. Okay, I think this is it right here. Oh, I got 0.2, 0.4, 0.8 millimeter. Did I not? I must have not put the corner radii in correctly in the family document. Well, this will just show how they're in a link together. So if I go now to my family document and see what the heck I did. No, I set those as inches. So let's uncheck that out. Okay, so one of these is bad, but I'll fix it later. Alright, so T5, we have the internal turn selected, and I'm going to mount the tool, and this is D, internal right. I just don't understand why the filter doesn't work. Something is not right here, because it's not showing up. Putting code. This is it right here, actually. I don't know where this is coming from. I need to check this out. But anyway, as you can see now, it shows up. So this is from 05M SCLCRC CNT, which is so I can add this. Either one of these brings it in. Now there's a couple things that I found about the database categorization side. So in the and I believe they have these in the tutorial, but in the this document, when I describe the tool, if I go to entities and I go to parameters, okay, system parameters, and I have description. If I go description, I can go to parameterized, and it'll say value, and what I'm going to do is put in code. So I'm just going to put in, I think this is the right nomenclature. Put in parentheses. Yeah, see, code is unspecified, so that's empty. That's in description. So now if I if I update this document, it's going to want to do that. And so I'm going to recheck both these in. Whoops, do changes. I'm going to check that in, and I'm going to validate that. I'm going to obsolete this. Yep. And so I'm going to take the family document, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to obsolete that A version. A little bit of a pain to do sometimes, to sit there and futz around with that, but it does have its payoff, especially when you're in production and stuff. Let's see here. So let's go with replace tool, and I want D, and I want to get rid of this operation filter. Now, alright, something's not right here. Yeah, sometimes the library doesn't sync. It's kind of a pain. Let's see here. Let's pull one of these up. Alright, something broke. And I don't know what it is. Doing everything. Oh, wait a minute. I think I figured it out. Yep. Sorry. Okay, that was one step I forgot I had to do to the virtual document. Was I had to right click. Let me just do that again. So if you right click, and my cat is trying to get in on the fun here. Hey buddy, this is not a good place for you. So you right click and go to edit inclusion, and then you set that to insert equals 004. Okay. Then you can come here. Yes, let's do this again. Update this, and now this should work. So this should be view it. Yep, that's correct. That's correct, and that is correct. All right, so now really taking you through the gamut. Let's check that in, and let's do validate. Okay. Obsolete this one. Okay, so actually it was my fault. Nothing wrong with the software in this case. Replace tool. Let's go to D. Turn off that. It's funny that I don't understand why I can't get this to do that correctly. But in any case, here we are. So here we are. Now, as you can see, the description fills in automatically with the different model numbers that I use with the code. So everything is linked up. And so now I'm using a 004. It has a 16-inch radius. And there we go. If we zoom in on the tool, you can see it has the wider radius there. So anyway, I know that was a little bit longer than you might have liked, but I hope that helps.